In 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to round robin match number 1 here in the Northrop Grumman Foundation Field. Red and blue already getting to work here. 88-25S scoring in the 20-point zone, doing a really nice job there. Not to be outdone, 929U scoring the 5-point zone. Blue taking your autonomous bonus. Countdown to driver control in 3, 2, 1, go! Blue getting the bonus added onto their score right there. Traveling around throughout the divisions throughout the course of this World Championship, you're going to notice that a lot of the scoring margins were within 10 points or less, demonstrating the importance of that programming skills, getting that autonomous dialed in, making sure it runs crisply. Both red machines heading down towards the far end of the field right there. 929U looking to clean up. Now watch 62A here. 62A is a defensive robot. They had struggled throughout the course of the qualification matches, seeding 56th. However, they were drafted by the number 1 seeded 929U team. They play some pretty gnarly defense out here, so make sure you pay close attention to this, folks. It's a new strategy, one that you're not going to see maybe out of some of these other alliances. It may well pay off in a World Championship bid here. Look at 929U. Rolling through, grabbing cones, heading over to the 10-point zone. See if they can score it. Yes, they can, losing 1 cone into the process. I don't know if that's going to impact the 5-point stacking bonus, but we'll find out with 40 seconds left here. In the meantime, 52-25A, E-Bots Pilons going down there, grabbing cones over in the far zone. They got a big sack. Here comes 88-25S. Scoring again right there. Wings of Freedom from Shanghai. Down the stretch they come here, ladies and gentlemen. Blue really putting up some big stacks. Red matching them here. Let's see what happens here in this stationary goal score right there. This one's anyone's ball game here, folks. 929U with another score right there in the 10-point zone, under 10 seconds left. Coming down the end game in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that right there is an unbelievable match. You saw a variety of strategy displayed there, including 62A playing some defense. Let's see if they slowed blue down enough. A juggernaut in blue. Paul and Karthik, back over to you.
Thank you, DMC. So, we're here in the round robin, and that was a great match. Before we even get to that match, I want to talk about the 12 teams we have out here. This is a literal all-star game of Vex Robotics.
This is the best lineup we've had in the round robin in the entire time we've done the round robin.
You think of it, we have STEM Hall of Fame teams. We have teams like the Cavalry who've been out here before. The E-Bots Pilons. Team 62A, the Kanagasabapathys, arguably the best team to never make it out here into the round robin.
Can't say that anymore.
Yeah,
Can't say that anymore.
They're here right now. That match, I want to talk about the strategies there, because a lot of the times we've been seeing 2 offensive robots versus 2 offensive robots. That's been the theme all year long. A lot of people thought the defense wouldn't even play into the games here and in the zone. But we got a different strategy. We got a 1+1.
You know, the teams from California have seen this pretty much the second half of the season. The Science Division plays a 1 offense, 1 defense game. Got them here. They may have to adjust that strategy because the teams that have made it out in the round robin can score fast.
Well, it was really crazy there about how the E-Bots and 82-25, they controlled goals early on in that match. And right away, like you and I looked at each other, they had 3 goals already locked up with cones in there. So.
Yeah, I think they were ready for Science's defense, and so they knew they had to acquire those mobile goals quickly.
Let's take a look at a replay from some of that match.
So looking here on the replay, this is the middle of the match. You see 62A, pretty manhandling, good defense, a little bit too late. Blue Alliance came out. This technology division got ownership of those mobile goals. And, quite frankly, the Science Division couldn't do that much about it.
That was a really nice spin move around the stationary goal by the E-Bots. And then right away, goal 1, goal 2, goal 3, in control of the Blue Alliance. It's hard to play defense when you fall behind early.
Well, and, the Science Division champions have been using those stationary goals to help them with defense. Well, they just got that flipped on them on that technology division, actually using that stationary goal as a pick.
Right. So we had a chance to take a good look at that 62A robot. What are some of the features that you saw, Paul, that really make it better at playing defense than the average robot?
Well, they're super light, which you would think defense robot, super light. They have a ton of motors thrown at their drivetrain, so they can zoom around the field and get into position. It's all about positioning for defense in this game. So their tactic of trying to get the mobile goals early and moving them in places that it's really tough for the other alliance to get them. So efficiency, light, and power thrown towards the drivetrain.
So one of the things that I really like is they have these two standoffs that drop down at maybe like a 15 to 20 degree angle. And they use those standoffs to get slightly underneath their opponent robot, which then transfers the normal force of their opponent robot to their robot, giving them a little bit more pushing force.
Yeah, it was probably the longest question in like page length on the Q&A that we've had this year. They had diagrams, pictures.
Yep.
It was crazy.
But I mean, that's a really, like, when we talk about the STEM principles that are associated with VX Robotics, that's just a pure physics lesson. And they're taking what's learned in the classroom and applying it to a situation that's near and dear to their passions. And that's kind of what we're all trying to do with all of this.
Yeah, they really took it to the level. These are all seniors on this team. Like you said, the best team to never make it. Can't say that anymore. I can't be happier for them for the culmination in this. But look, the technology division, they're the real deal, man. Pilons, right? Skills Challenge winners. Their partners, right? Their partners, Wings of Freedom, they are really good. They dominated in China this year.
Well, I mean, let's talk about these Pilons again. So for years and years, everyone knew them as a Skills Challenge robot. They've won the Skills Challenge many times, dating way back to like 2012. But a lot of people kind of said they're not the best match play robot. And I know these Pilons, and they said they wanted to change that reputation. They wanted to be a better match play robot. And they did it. This year in Ontario, they won every event they went to. And now they're here on the biggest stage in the round robin. And talk about their play here. Contrast what they did differently from their skills runs to what you saw in the matches.
Well, the skills runs, right, was all about mobile goals.
Yeah.
But in these matches, they're just stacking high and stacking fast because it's going to be about the cones. All of these robots can get the 4 mobile goals, no problem. So it's going to be about how fast you can acquire the mobile goals and how high you can get your stacks as quickly as possible to get the most amount of points secured.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the driving moves by the Pilons driver. A couple spin moves, and they, instead of doing like the back and the V, they're not afraid to spin and change direction, and they're really good at driving both forwards and backwards. And that sort of skill allows them to hit all the points and avoid the defense of a team like 62.
Yeah,
There's a lot going on here.
There's a lot going on right here. There's a lot. I got sensor overload, but remember, so the Pilons drew all of the attention. But in the meantime, the Wings of Freedom were just scoring en masse, right? They were just kept scoring and scoring, and the Hereford Robotics they couldn't quite keep up. So that 1v1 matchup that they're trying to achieve, I think something's going to have to change, or science is going to be in for a long day.
So,
afternoon.
I mean, we've given our impression up here from the desk. Hey, Dave Carter, down there on the floor, do you have anything you can tell us about what you saw going on in that match?
Well, Karthik, I got to tell you, I mean, from a perspective of just strategy, you see so many robots here that make it to the World Championship that are just offensive juggernauts. And I find that the 62A design and just the thought process they put into everything, just an amazing idea here to bring the defense right on here to the field on the Northrop Grumman Foundation field for the round-robin portion. I mean, they really ran through their particular division and did just an outstanding job in the science division, just across the board. I think anytime you're dealing with just such intensive offensive juggernauts, to take a defensive approach like that is a really interesting take and just an amazing idea.
Oh, is it me?
It's you.
Oh, man.
It's us. So, thank you, Dave, for that analysis from up there by the field. You know, we're just trying to figure out exactly what's going on with the score of this match. And also, in the round robin here in Freedom Hall, we want to, well, I mean, it's a priority all season long, but especially here when we get down to the nitty-gritty and so much is on the line, we want to make sure that everything technically was going on correctly with those robots. So our senior field techs, the IFI engineers, the ones who developed the VexNet control system, are going through this process, trying to figure out exactly what happened. Paul, do you want to talk about some of what they're talking to the teams about right now?
I would love to. We can pick that up later because I think the score is ready, and we can go ahead and see who won the first round robin match.
Okay, our score is up on the board, and it's the Blue Alliance. Technology winning 114-86. That was a great match. The defense of 62 was effective, but it was a little bit too late, and the powerhouse scoring of the Pilons and the Wings of Freedom gave them the victory.